Welcome back, my dear students and all the viewers. I am Dr. Sajjad Pasha from Government First Grade College, Devanahalli. I am continuing my presentation with session number 8 on the topic offer and its various essentials. In the previous session of my presentation, I have explained, we have discussed about the various essentials of a valid contract. And now let us start with one of the most important and one of the most fundamental essentials of a valid contract, that is offer and acceptance. Out of these two, let us discuss about offer and its various essentials. As I told, offer and acceptance are the two fundamental aspects of any valid contract or an agreement. So it is very essential to know about offer and what makes an offer valid and legally binding one. So let us start session number 8 on the topic offer and its essentials. So, my dear students, as it is mentioned in the slide, offer. Let me tell you what is an offer. Offer is also called as a proposal. Proposal is something which is proposing by a person to some other person, to other person. It is an offer. It is a proposal of doing something, of performing something for the other person in return of a consideration. So, offer or proposal is the starting point of any contract or an agreement. The person who is making the proposal is known as the proposer, or the person who is making an offer is the offerer, is called as the offerer. Then offer is a willingness or an intention of a person, a party, to do something, and that will be legally binding agreement with the other party. Then the definition of the offer, according to section 2A of the act, an offer or proposal is when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or to abstain from doing anything with a view to obtain the assent of that other person to such act or abstinence. He is said to make a proposal. Here, offer is for doing something or not doing something in favor of the other person. That is the offer. Okay. So this is the definition of the offer defined under section 2A. Then what are the various essentials of a valid offer? Offer seems a very small term, but it has a lot of weightage. It has various legal aspects to be fulfilled to make it a valid and to make the contract or an agreement valid one. Now let us discuss what are those essentials of a valid offer. It must be specific or general. It must be specific or general. So the offer, the proposal for doing something or for not doing something must be specifically relating to an activity, or it can be general but relating to a particular activity and particular person. That is a very important one to be considered. So offer must be a specific or a general one. Then it must have an intention to create legal binding. The offerer who is making an offer, who is proposing something, must have an intention to create a legal relationship between the other party with the other party. So the offer and acceptance and the contract must create the legal relationship. If the intention of any party or both the parties is not to create the legal relationship, then it the offer cannot be a valid one. And if the offer is not valid one, the contract itself will not be a valid one. So it must have an intention to create legal binding. So for example, if in the writing, in the terms and conditions in the agreement, if it is mentioned that this contract or this offer and acceptance cannot be sued, cannot be taken to any jurisdiction, cannot be taken to any court of law, then the court cannot interfere if any disputes arises, because there is no intention of creating the legal relationship. Okay, so while making an offer, the offerer must have the intention to create the legal binding with the other person. Then the offer must not be vague, loose, or ambiguous. There must be clarity. There should be clear about the intention. There must be clear about what is to be offered and what is proposing. So there should not be any vague, or there should not be any unclarity about the object of the offer, the intention behind the offer. So there should be definite terms. There should be specific and clear terms to be used while making an offer. It must not be vague, ambiguous. Then it may be in the form of a question or a statement. It may be in the form of a question or a statement. Can you do something? Can I do something? Will you do me for it? So, like that, it may be in the form of a question or a statement offer. Then it must be properly communicated. Communication is another important essential of an offer. It must be properly communicated. The other person must have clearly understood in the right spirit the intention of the offerer. If the proposal, if the offer is not properly communicated within the time as per the required mode, required the channel, then the communication is not properly done and it fails to satisfy, it fails to fulfill the essential of the valid offer. So, if the person, the offerer must properly communicate the intention, must properly communicate his offer, his proposal to the other person, to the other party. It is not a mere invitation or mere statement of intention or a mere answer to a question. So, offer, as told earlier, it may be specific or general. It may be in the form of a question or a statement, but still, it is not a mere invitation. It is not a mere statement of intention, or it is not a mere answer to a question. So, there is a law behind the offer. There is a law behind the proposer, the offerer. So contract, the legal relationship is created. So it cannot be taken as a lighter aspect. It has more legal weightage to a contract. Then it can have the next aspect, the next essential is it can have any special terms and conditions depending upon the nature of the contract, nature of agreement, depending upon the circumstances, depending upon the intention of the other party. Special terms and conditions can be included in the offer while making an offer or proposal. It may be expressed by words, spoken or written, may be implied from the conduct of the parties or from the circumstance of the case. It may be expressed, means the offer or the proposal may be a written one or maybe a spoken one. But out of based upon depending upon the conduct of the parties, depending upon the circumstances, also the offer can be considered as a valid one. So these are the essentials of a valid offer. Now, the other topic relating to this presentation is revocation of offer. Revocation. If an offer is made to the other person, whether it can be revoked, whether it can be cancelled, whether it can be taken back. Yes, the answer is yes. When once the offer is made, it is not that offer cannot be taken back. It can be taken back. That is called as the revocation of offer. So revocation means recalling or withdrawal of the offer by the proposer or offerer. Withdrawing of an offer, recalling of an offer terminates the power of the acceptor, power of the other person to accept the offer. So it stops, it cancels, it forfeits the possibilities of creating a contract. So that is the revocation of offer. Now, according to Section 6 of the Act, an offer is revoked under the following ways. When an offer can be revoked, when an offer can be cancelled, when an offer can be withdrawn. So, this is specified under Section 6 of the Act. So, there are four such ways. The first one is notice of revocation. Notice. The offerer, the proposer, must give a notice in writing to the other person that he is withdrawing his offer, he is cancelling his offer. Okay. So if such a notice is served, then the acceptor, I mean the next person is not legally bound to accept it. Then the offer stands cancelled, stands withdrawn. So notice of revocation is will be given by the proposer, the offerer who has made the offer. Then lapse of time. Because of the lapse of time, if the time bars for giving the acceptance or the consent, then also the offer stands automatically cancelled. Means if an offerer has given a time limit for the acceptor, the other person, to give the acceptance within a certain time period, within a certain duration, if the acceptance is not received, then automatically, because of the lapse of time, the offer stands cancelled. Then the third such a case is failure to accept condition precedent. If the offer is involving certain conditions, involve some conditions, terms and conditions, if any of such condition is not accepted by the acceptor, the other person, in that case also the offer is automatically revoked. So failure of the other person to accept the condition precedent. Then offer is also revoked, offer is also cancelled due to the death or insanity of the offerer. The person who has made, if he expires, then also the offer is cancelled and withdrawn. And if the offerer becomes insane, if he becomes mentally unsound, if he loses his decision making power, in that case also the offer is revoked as per the law. So insanity, as it was held in the other discussion, that the person must be competent enough. So an insane person is incompetent to enter into any legal contract. So when the offerer dies, it is offer is cancelled. And when an offerer becomes insane, mentally unsound, when he loses his mental balance, or when he loses his decision making power, ability, then also the offer stands cancelled. Okay, so my dear students, these are four important circumstances under which an offer is revoked. So it's all about the session number 8 on offer and its various essential elements. Thank you.